Today, we're talking yoga and wild things that happen when people try to find their zen. Howdy, welcome to the Imperfect Show. This is Tyra Anderson from Sacred Motion Yoga. Tyra is a yoga instructor whom is working on opening a yoga retreat. I'm excited to have Tyra on the show to talk about yoga and how it benefits you and your health. I know Alaska is getting less light this time of year. How is it feeling over there?
Goodness, Alex, thank you for having me on this podcast. Yeah, with the decrease of darkness or the light here, it's sunny out right now, but it's harder to get outside and connect with nature and stuff. And if you're not doing snow sports or have good warm clothes out there, you're not gonna make it for long.
What? No
Yeah.
way. So you dress up nice and warm and cozy before you head outside, or are you staying mostly inside now?
No, I dress up and I get out there and play in the snow and make snow yogas.
No yogas? Noise. So, how did your yoga journey begin?
Well, so I actually found yoga the first time I was really introduced to yoga. I was out in the park. I was longboarding on my little longboard skateboard, and I seen these acro yogis doing the balancing beam on this tightrope. And I stopped and I was like, "Whoa, you guys are so awesome! Like, how are you doing that?" And then they asked me if I wanted to try, and I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, what do you mean?" So that was really like my first impression into yoga. And I always thought like, wow, those yogis were such cool people. Like I want to be like that. And they were like this really great inspiration. So fast forward to when I was around 17 years old in high school, I got the opportunity to start teaching a yoga class to my peers as a teacher's assistant. And so I led the whole class and I had about, let's say, 30 students. It was really neat. And I got these students coming back to me being like, "Thank you. Like, you're really helping me find peace in my life." And they would come to me with stories and stuff, and I realized, like, this is a really big part of how I actually can help others and give back to the community in ways that benefit and make other people's life in more harmony and peace.
Nice. So, would you say 30 kids have been, or 30 adults or kids, were is your like the biggest amount of group you had for yoga?
Yes, I would definitely say that that is the biggest. Yeah, and it was very consistent too.
So, what moment flipped the switch for you? So after seeing the circus guys, oh my gosh, the yoga guys, like, how did that change your world?
It just opened me up to be like, to realize that there's really inspiring people out there and that I actually didn't need to keep myself boxed in or close those doors and those opportunities off for my own self to be doing that awesome, creative, and influential stuff as well.
So, like you had mentioned, the instructing side of things, you never saw yourself being an instructor until all this happened, right? Or did
Yes.
you or did you kind of already have this journey planned out?
This was my big, like, realization of, "Oh, wow, I know that this is what I wanna be, and this is how I want to work with people in the world." Before that, it was just, like, I always loved teaching, like, I feel like I've had a natural incline to, like, teach people, but in the path of yoga, yeah, that's when my journey really started.
Nice. What inspired your dream of a retreat?
Mm.
Got to
I
get you digging in there.
Oh, yes. So you can have like drop-in classes, and people, they come and they go, and you teach what you can in an hour. But if you host a retreat, then you can really teach them in depth about yoga. And I just feel like there's so much more for people to learn and be aware of in yoga that's like off the mat. And it's not just part of the asana practice or a kriya practice where you're on your mat, moving and doing yoga poses. It's off the mat too. It's a lifestyle. And that's what I really want to help people realize and show them with a retreat.
Huh. So it's not just about doing yoga, sitting there doing mindful things, it's actually taking it from the mat and moving around and like taking those mindful thoughts and putting them in real life.
Yes.
Huh. That's that's interesting. I learned something new today. I did not know that. And
Oh, yeah.
how did you pick your location? Oh,
So, yeah, this is a funny story. I started off, and when I started off, I was, traveling around and had a van and whatever. So I thought I'm gonna be a traveling yogi, go teach yoga, go to people in, different states and whatever, teach yoga. But then when I ended up coming back to Alaska and getting married, having a house and all that, I was like, I could build something in Alaska here and have people come to me. That way I have a more steady foundation for people when they come. And also Alaska is it's beautiful here and there's plenty of nature and trees for people to actually reconnect with nature too. And I believe that that's a important part of being a yogi and practicing yoga is also having a connection to nature because it helps you have a connection to your own self as well.
so having this future retreat, you will it be in like a place where there's like no service, just strictly the nature and the breeze and the sun and the moon?
But yes, there's a high potential of that. Service is pretty far out there now, so I mean, there could be service or not, but it's definitely I'm looking to create a space that is definitely surrounded by nature and trees and
What's the hardest part about making this all real?
hardest part right now it's creating I guess the structure of I mean, I can take content, so creating my vision into realities. Because I have all these ideas and these plans, but it takes a lot of work to actually get everything down and create it. So
So you are so you basically right now have it from your brain on a piece of paper right now. Now you're trying to transfer it from the piece of paper to real life.
yes. I mean, as far as retreat, yes, I have it's called standing operating procedures. I have a couple for workshop ideas. So right now, how I'm going to be switching into the retreats is creating workshops and hosting series. So right now I'm designing these workshops so people can come and I'm trying to get out there and build my name and my own community and then getting an online presence as well to really see whether or not they want me to be their teacher. But yeah, basically building my name and building these workshops and these series that people could start with until I have the right foundation to actually be able to have everything to create a venue or some sort to host the retreats because I don't have the resources right now.
And that's why you're working towards what you're working towards,
Yeah.
one day at a time. So you kind of already talked about your aura, how you wanted to be in nature and out there in the beautiful sky. What do you want to have for people when they arrive? Like, are you planning to have like teepee style retreats? Is it going to be cabins, sleeping under the stars?
So in Alaska, I would definitely want people to be able to be in a cabin. And I hope that they're actually pretty nice where people could actually relax and refresh, rejuvenate. That's a very important part that I want to be able to offer as well is that relaxing portion is because everybody gets so caught up in their day-to-day life and just go, go, go all the time. It's like a hustle culture out there. And, when you go on a retreat, you want to be learning stuff, but you also need the time to relax and rejuvenate because it is very important.
So as they come to your retreat in the near future, what's the transformation you want to see through each individual?
Each individual will be different, but what I'm trying to offer is a clearer understanding of what yoga really is on and off your mat, and
Okay.
then a connection to their selves, like to deepen the connection to who they are.
Nice. So you're talking about having a connection and all. Can you walk us through a mini ground breathing exercise that you would do?
Ground.
Alrighty, I've heard of this hype. Everyone keeps telling me, you gotta try Let's Go. And listen, I'm a firefighter, triathlete, trash man, always on the move. So If something says it's clean energy with no crash, I'm testing it. This is Let's Go, made by a woman who does all the things: mom, CEO, athlete, dreamer, so already reliable. Oh, wait, hold on. This feels different. It's not that jittery, cracked out energy. It's like clarity, like my brain turned on and my body followed clean, steady energy that actually moves with you. Mom, enthusiast, people juggling 12 things at once, this is for you. So, yeah, I get it now. No excuse, no limits. If you're heading somewhere mentally or physically, Let's Go actually helps you. Get there. Try it. You're gonna feel the difference.
Breathing. So, usually when I start off a class, one of my favorite ones to go to is called Nadi Shona. I was spacing that for a second. It's called Nadi Shona, but you take your two peace fingers and you place them on your forehead right here. And then, so you're gonna exhale as you do this. You'll exhale through your left nostril, and then you're gonna plug it with your ring finger, and you're gonna alternate nostrils. So you'll exhale everything and then breathe in. Now exhale through your other nostril, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. And you can allow your eyes to shut if you would like.
This is quite relaxing, almost putting me to sleep.
And yeah, so then eventually you'll actually switch and then you'll inhale through your left or your right,
So
and
so
then you'll the other way.
so when you do these ground, you wanna do, like, 3 minutes on one side or 3 to 5 or
Um, it really depends. Usually a um prana Pranayapana, so this one, it'll last like 4 minutes. That's a one that I usually start with too, but Nadi Shona, so that one could last however long you prefer it to. So, like, there's some kriyas that actually have a strict time, and then there's other kriyas that you could do it however long that it feels good to you. But if you are doing the Nadi Shona with your nose, you always wanna go back and inhale and then exhale. And actually what this is doing is connecting your right and brain hemispheres together and with the oxygen as it's calming you. So you wanna balance that out by going from one direction. So say you do that for 3 minutes, you do the other direction for 3 minutes to get a good balance.
interesting. So you wanna keep it even, be
Yeah.
within the zen.
Yes, and that's throughout your entire yoga practice too. Like, you do one side, you're always gonna wanna do the other side.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind when I keep doing this 'cause I plan on doing this from now on. I kinda like it.
Awesome, yeah.
So, what's one of the funniest things that's ever happened during a class? Oh gosh,
Yes.
don't bring up me and yoga with you.
Yes. I think one of the funniest moments was this wasn't necessarily during a class, but it was during one of my retreats that I went on as a teacher trainee retreat, and we were at this ice cream shop, and the thing it said I thought it said gratitudes, like gratitude, and I was like, "Hey, that says gratitudes," and they were laughing so hard. We laughed for a long time about that.
That's hilarious.
It was really it was really funny. I was like, "Oh, I have been doing yoga for a long time in the woods, and now everything is yoga."
I love it. That's hilarious. And man, what's the most unzen thing you've done this week?
The most unzen thing I've done this week. Well,
I guess the week technically started, so it'd be last week.
okay. Let's see here. I don't know. I feel like maybe outside influences have been unzenful.
Hmm, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you have to really sit in the eye of the hurricane and keep your peace, because sometimes the world is very chaotic around you. And so I believe that the chaos around me has been the most unsinful part of my week.
Hmm,
But
that's crazy. But now things are slowly coming into the zenness.
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like within if you remain zenful, like within your internal worlds, you could usually map out to create a zenful life on the outside as well, even with those unzenful influences.
Oh, now we're getting to the fun questions, the rapid fire round. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise or sunset?
Yeah.
What are you asking me?
Do you like sunrises or do you like sunsets?
Oh, okay. Uh, I love it actually. I like the sunrises, but I like them both. But I just
Both.
feel like when you wake up so early and you get to watch the sunrise, it's much more sacred. For me anyways, I feel like more closer to that divine.
Nice. What's the toughest pose for you to do?
The toughest pose. Oh, that's funny. In Korea, there's actually a lot of poses that I have resistance to, but I think one of the funniest, toughest poses, and this is also another funny thing, it's called hut, and you do a kasha mudra, and then you go, and that's seated hut. But there's a standing hut where you place your hands on your knees and you go like this down to like, it reminds me of a frog motion. And that really burns my thighs. So it's a long kriya too, so it's like, I'm like, "Oh, okay, we'll get through this," but that one I always have a bit of resistance to coming into because I know it's gonna burn.
Sounds painful. Sounds like something I'll skip on. What's your favorite self care ritual?
Daily meditation.
And how many minutes do you do that a day?
It depends on the day, but I try to have a 30-minute solid practice of consistently meditating for 30 minutes at a time in my morning.
And so, meditation, what does that do to benefit your health and mental state?
So your breath in yoga is one of the actual most important things. It when you wake up, you start your day with breathing in your meditation. And I feel like for me, it's just been waking up and starting your day in stillness. I love that. And I feel like it could get you, very balanced out for your day to where, if you have ups and downs during your day, you're not going to be getting pulled all over the place. You're going to be able to stay focused. I think that, just breathing that deep is very good for your blood flow and your body and your mind. It's very peaceful. And it also helps you deepen your spiritual connection and practices as well.
I like meditation. It's a lot of fun. I know it really just puts me in a good mood in the mornings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I could agree with that too.
So, if people want to find more information about your stuff and updates in the near future, where would you tell them to go and or find your information?
Yeah, so I have an Instagram. It's Sacred Motion Yoga. And then from there, here very soon, you'll be able to find my website link that will send you directly to my website.
Okay. So they can go there and I'll link it down below too so they can find it a little bit easier. Thank you,
Awesome.
Ty. Thank you for spending the time and talking about yoga. We'll see what we have next week, but I'm excited to try out some yoga moves and some meditation. All thanks to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Alex.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.